Hi there, hope you have a fantastic day today. This lesson I will teach you how to solve equations with brackets on both sides. Of course, there's a PDF file versions on the description below for you to download so you can work with me. Otherwise, let's go straight into it. First one, to solve these equations, so step number one, we need to expand the brackets first. Okay, so let's go. So we expand this, so 2 times 4x is 8x. So we just write 8x. And then we go 2 times 7. So 2 times 7 is 14. So we just write 14. 14 means plus 14. Okay, don't forget. Now we write equal. And the 5 times x is 5x. Okay, so we just write 5x. And then we go 5 times 4. So 5 times 4 is 20. So we add 20. So now we need to move x on one side and number on the other side. Okay, so it doesn't matter which side you move, but in general, I just move the letter on the left hand side. Just that's all. There's no particular reason. So you can move to the right or the left, doesn't matter. As long as number on one side and the letter on the other side. Okay, just keep that in mind. So in this case here, I just move the 5x on this side. Okay, and then the 14, so plus 14, I move on this side. So now I need to write the 8x. I need to write this down first. Okay, so this give me 8x. And the 5x, I move on this side, so it becomes negative 5 because it's no sign in front means positive 5x. So we move on the other side, it becomes negative. So just keep that in mind. So minus 5x. And the 20, okay, we just write this down first. So equal 20. And the 14, positive 14, I move on this side, becomes minus. Okay, so minus 14. So there you go. So now what I do is I just collect the like terms. Okay, so we have 8x minus 5x. So 8 minus 5 is 3. So we just write 3x. So it's equal to, now 20 minus 14. So 20 minus 14 is 6. So write 6 down. There you go. So now I just solve this by divide this by 3 because I want to get rid of the 3. So I divide this by 3 and I divide this by 3. So you cancel this out. So therefore, x 6 divided by 3 is 2. So therefore, x is equal to 2. Second one. So you can see the 6 is in front of the plus 3. So what we do, we ignore the 6 first. So we need to expand these brackets. And then we expand these brackets. Okay. Step number one, we always expand the brackets first. Okay. This is the process. So I do the 6. I write the 6 down first. Okay. And we have 3 times 2 is 6, but it's 6x. So that means plus 6x. And we go 3 times negative 3. So 3 times negative 3 is negative 9 or minus 9 if you like. Otherwise, you can just use your calculator. Just go 3 times negative 3. It should give you negative 9. So that means you minus 9. Just write this down. Now we're done with expand on the left hand side. Now we just write on the right hand side now. So the right hand side is, we just go 3 times 3x. So 3 times 3 is 9. So 9x. And then we go 3 times 4. So 3 times 4 is 12. So 12 means plus 12. Okay. There you go. So now what I do, so easier if I simplify first. Okay. Otherwise, you can move the letter on one side, number on the other side, still okay. It's a bit messy. That's all. So I'm just going to simplify first. So we have 6 minus 9. So 6 minus 9 is negative 3. Otherwise, you can just put in a calculator 6 minus 9. Okay, so give you negative 3. So what I do, I write the 6x down first. Okay, and then minus 3. So that will give me 9x plus 12. So now what I do, I move the x on one side and number on the other side. Okay, so what I do now is I move this 9x, I move on this side, that becomes negative 9x or minus 9x. And the minus 3, I move on this side, becomes plus 3. Okay, keep that in mind for me. So now the 6x here, I write this down first. Okay, this is, I'm not doing anything with that 6x, so I write it down. But then the 9x, I move on this side, becomes minus 9x. So minus 9x. And this equal here, I write down. So this 12 here, I need to write this down first. Okay, always. So 12. And then the negative 3, I move on this side, becomes positive. So plus 3. There you go. So now we just simplify. So we have 6x minus 9x. Just think 6 minus 9 is negative 3. So that means negative 3x or minus 3x if you like. Otherwise, just put in the calculator 6 minus 9 and you should get negative 3. Okay. So that becomes minus 3x. And then we go 12 plus 3. So which is 15. And then what I do, I divide this by negative 3. I divide this by negative 3. So that cancel out. So therefore, x is equal to, so a positive and a negative will give me a negative. And then 15 divided by 3 is 5. Again, otherwise just put in a calculator 15 over negative 3. And you should get negative 5. Next one. Okay, C. So you can see that we have 2x outside of the brackets and minus 16 as well. But that doesn't really matter. Same rule applies. So we just need to expand the brackets first. Okay, just remember that. So let me just go 2 times 5x. So 2 times 5 is 10. So write this down. So 10x. And then we go 2 times negative 4. So you just put in the calculator 2 times negative 4. Should give you negative 8. So we just write minus 8. And then 2x, I just write this down. There you go. So now on the right hand side, again, we just need to expand the brackets first. So 4 times 2 is 8. So this means 8x. So we just write this down, 8x. And then we go 4 times minus 3. So you can just go 4 times 3 is 12. So that give me minus 12, a positive and a negative. So time together give you a negative. Otherwise, just put in a calculator. You should get negative 12. And then we go negative 16 or minus 16. I just write this down. Done. First step. So now what I do is I need to collect like terms first. So easier, okay? If you don't, you can move x on one side, number on the other side, but a bit messy. So better simplify first, okay? Make it simpler. So what I do now, I collect like terms. So we have 10x plus 2x. So 10 plus 2 is 12. So I just write this down. So 12, but 12x. And negative 8 or minus 8, I just write this down first. And then the 8x, I write this down. And we have the like terms here, minus 12, minus 16. So just put on a calculator. You put minus 12, minus 16, you should get negative 28. So that will give me minus 28. Now I'm going to put letter on one side and number on the other side. So to do this 8x here, I move on this side. And this minus 8, I move on this side, okay? So just the process, follow the process and you never get it wrong, okay? Just follow this, what I do here. So you get 12, I write this down, 12x. So the 8x, or I move on that side, becomes negative or minus 8x. So I write it down, minus 8x equal. So the negative 28, I write this down first. Always write that down first, okay? Keep that in mind. There you go. And then the negative 8, I move to this side, so it become positive 8, plus 8 if you like. Now, I just collect the like terms. So we have 12x and minus 8x. So 12 minus 8 is 4. So I just write 4x. And negative 28 plus 8. So that gives you negative 20. So now what I do, I divide this by 4. And I divide this by 4. There you go. So therefore, x is equal to negative 5. There you go. please pause the video and try this one yourself. Hi, I'm back. How do you go? So let me go through them with you, okay? Before I do that, please do not forget to give me a thumb up and subscribe if you haven't done so you can help me to grow my channel. So let's get into it. So step number 1, we need to expand the brackets first, okay? So we have 5 times x is 5x. And then 5 times negative 2. So 5 times negative 2 is give me negative 10. So I just write this down, means minus 10. And 2 times 2 is 4. So that means 4x. And we go 2 times 3 is 6. So we add 6. There you go. So now what I need to do is I move the x on this side and then the number on the other side. Okay, just keep that in mind. So we go 4x, you move on this side, it should give me minus 4x. And then this minus 10, you move on the side, becomes plus 10. Okay, so we have 5x here. I just write this down, 5x. So now the 4x, I move on this side, becomes minus 4x. And I write equal down first. So this 6, I just write this down. And then the negative 10 or minus 10, you move on this side, becomes plus 10. There you go. So now what I do, I just simplify by collecting like terms, okay? So we have 5x, you minus 4x. So 5 minus 4 is 1. So it's 1x, but we don't write 1x, we just write x, okay? If you write 1x, nothing wrong with that, but we normally just write x if it's 1x, okay? Keep that in mind. So x is equal to 6 plus 10 is 16. So therefore, x is equal to 16. Part B. So we know that we need to expand the bracket first, okay? Step number 1, very important. So to do this, 4 times 3x is 12x. And 4 times negative 3. So 4 times minus 3, if you like, is negative 12 or minus 12. So we just write this down. Otherwise, you can always use a calculator, okay? So just go 4 times negative 3 and you should get negative 12. And then the 2x here minus, I just write this down because I'm not doing anything with that, okay? So now equal, so we have 2 times 3 is 6, but is 6x. And then we go 2 times 8. So 2 times 8 is 16. So we plus 16. There you go. So on the right hand side, I just simplify first, okay? So this makes it easier. That's all. So we go 12, okay? We minus 2 because 12x minus 2x, they're like terms. So 12 minus 2 is 10. So that is 10x. So write 10x. And then the minus 12, I just write this down, okay? And then on the right hand side, I can't simplify, I just write what it is, okay? So plus 16. Now, I'm just going to move x on that side and then the numbers on the other side, okay? Just remember that. So now I could just go 6x is positive 6x and move on the side becomes minus 6x. And then this is minus 12 and move on the side becomes plus 12, okay? So therefore, we have 10x minus 6x. And then we have 16. And then the 12, it becomes plus 12 because it's negative 12. We move on that side, okay? So now we just collect like terms. So 10x minus 6x is 4x. So we write down. So 4x. And this one here. So 16 plus 12. So that give me 28. So just write this down. Now we just divide by 4 on both sides because we want to get rid of the 4 in front of x. So I divide this by 4 and I divide this by 4. And this cancel out. So therefore, x is equal to 7 because 4 times 7 is 28. Now last one. So again, we just need to expand the brackets first. To expand the brackets, so the 7, I just write this down. And now we go negative 2 times 3x. So negative 2 times 3 is minus 6. So we just write negative or minus 6x. And then negative 2 times negative 5 or minus 2 times minus 5. So 2 negative times together, so give me a positive, so plus. So 2 times 5 is 10. There you go. Now I just expand the right hand side. So 4 times 5 is 20. And 4 times negative 2. So 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. So that give me negative or minus 8, but 8x, okay? And the negative 15 or minus 15, I write it down. Now what I do is I just collect like terms first, simplify, okay? So now this one here, 7, and then we plus 10, so 17. But then the negative 6x, I write this down. And then plus 17. Or you can write 17 minus 6x, okay? Nothing wrong with that. Now, in here, we have 20 with minus 15. So 20 minus 15 is 5. So I just write this down. 5. And then the minus 8x, I write it down. Now, we just need to move x on one side and number on the other side, okay? So now the 8x, negative 8x, move on this side, become positive, and then this plus 17, move on that side, becomes minus 17. So now what I do, I write the negative 6x down first. Always write that down first. And then you go minus 8x, to move on this side, becomes plus 8x. Always opposite side, okay? Remember that. And that equal, so the 5, I write it down, okay? Always write this down first. And then the 17, positive 17, move on that side, becomes minus 17. So just go minus 17. What I do now is I just collect like terms. So I'm minus 6x plus 8x. Minus 6 plus 8, give me 2. Otherwise, just put on a calculator, negative 6 plus 8. Or it can be 8 minus 6, the same thing, okay? So give me 2. So that is 2x. And then 5 minus 17. 17 minus 5 is 12. So therefore, 5 minus 17 is negative 12. So just minus 12. And then I just divide this by 2. And I divide this by 2. That cancel out. So therefore, x is equal to, so negative divided by positive, it gives me a negative. And 12 divided by 2 is negative 6. So there you go. So the answer is negative 6. I hope you got all of them correct. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.